Story 1: Is my aunt cheating on her husband with her driver? Hi, I would like to ask about something that has been making me very uncomfortable. I have been living with my aunt for 1 year now. We live together in a house with her youngest daughter while her husband and her oldest daughter live in another country. My uncle thinks she would be too tired of driving and taking care of all the housework by herself. Both decided to rehire a male helper that previously worked for them for 4 years. Because this man is from a foreign country and does not have a place to stay, my aunt offers him to live with us to help her take care of the house as well as a driver. Her husband approves because this man has a good history of working with the family. It has been a month since he was hired, and I've been very uncomfortable having this man around the house. Ever since her husband moves out of town again for work, she has been getting too close to this man to a level where she is treating him more in a very friendly manner rather than in a professional worker and employer relationship. Every time I see them together, he acts like he is a part of the family, which made me and other family members like her daughter and my other aunt very uncomfortable. Here are some things that I think are not appropriate for them to do together. I will catch them cooking, talking, joking and laughing, just the two of them over the counter, in the kitchen for hours. They would watch Netflix at night in the living room on the couch together. They're not cuddling, but looking at them watching Netflix, just the two of them, is already too intimate for an employer and employee relationship. They would pick up her daughter from school together. Even her daughter told her it was uncomfortable because every time they do that, her friends would ask her if the man is her mom's boyfriend. She told her to stop, but my aunt kept doing it anyways. My aunt would cut fruits for him to eat, and he would eat with us together during breakfast and dinner together where it was supposed to be family time. They would go somewhere just the two of them to run errands, and I don't know where because they would be back late. My aunt would allow him to use her oldest daughter's things like water bottles and such. Every time she has an errand to run, like dropping something at the post office, she would ask him to do it, but for some reason, she comes with him too, and she always sits in the passenger seat instead of the back seat. What I'm confused too is that she hires him to do the housework and drive and pick up her daughter from school, but she always comes with her every time. She hires him to do her errands, but she comes with him and instead does it together. And when my other cousin moves out from the house lifting 12 heavy boxes to the van, he doesn't offer to help and just stands there looking at me and her struggling. Shouldn't he at least offer to, because that is what he is paid to do? And now that my aunt has a business trip out of town, he acts like he can do whatever he wants, like watching Netflix with my aunt's account. My other aunt has discussed this with her, telling her that this isn't appropriate and unprofessional while her husband is out of town and does not know the little details of the things they do together. But my aunt ignored her and keep doing it. I don't know if this is cheating, but what do you guys think I should do? Is this normal? Because not only me as a niece uncomfortable with the situation, but her daughter has hinted to her several times that she is too, because she has been spending more time with this man than her own daughter. While her husband does not see what we see every day, so he thinks it's just fine. Should we stop them before this develops into something more? Should we be worried about their behavior? Because for a man and a woman to be spending time with each other every second of the day could develop into a feeling of comfort, fondness, and even romance. Reader comment: yeah. It's too late. She already cheated. Best you can do is catch them cheating and show the husband the evidence. You can do this by secretly recording them with hidden camera, phone, or microphone. Good luck. Reader comment: there is nothing wrong with an employer having a friendly relationship with their employee. The issue here is that this sounds more like a companionship relationship rather than driver-handyman relationship. There is one other possibility, of course. Your aunt and uncle could have agreed to this relationship whilst he is working abroad. Reader comment: just call him and tell him about what is happening and how it makes you and his daughter feel, as this is nothing more than just telling him about how it makes you feel and not in any way, shape, or form accusing your aunt of cheating, and it will be up to him to look into it. Story 2: feel like I should be upset at myself. D-Day was in September, had her move out in November when I came across hard evidence. Broken NC with my ex tonight. I had 2 missed calls. Even when I saw them, I said no out loud. Yet, a few minutes later I gave her a call. I don't know why I did. She started off by saying how much she missed me and took me for granted. She then changed the conversation on my mistakes: 1. Not setting boundaries with my parents, and 2. Not opening up more regarding sex. Our quantity was a problem, although she agreed I came up with multiple solutions that she never took me up on for an extended period of time, i.e. planning sex would be great for a week or so, and then we wouldn't continue the commitment. She said if she didn't have the affair, she would happily be with me, and that she had the affair because with her self-worth tied to external things, losing her job sent her to a really dark place where she felt worthless. She said only now that she has lost everything that she realized how much I meant to her and how much she had. Why did she call? Is this just manipulation? Ease her guilt? To feel she still has some control over me? That's how I feel, and I'm pissed I fell into it. I think I realized why I answered, because I honestly want to make sure she is physically and mentally okay. I'm very understanding and empathic. She's not a bad person, just made a series of really bad mistakes. Honestly, before she called, I was searching for why I felt sorry for her, knowing she feels terrible about what she did. To this point, I've been doing fine. Do I think about the past at times? Sure, and sometimes have a good cry, but have felt indifferent about it all. I guess this is just part of my healing journey. I've been talking to a girl via mutual friends and are supposed to meet soon, which I'm excited about, but just pissed at myself right now. Reader comment: why did she call? She said it herself. She felt worthless because she is who she says she is. Good people make mistakes and then rectify what made them do it and never make those mistakes again. Bad people make mistakes, blame those mistakes on others, and then keep right on making the same mistakes over and over again. She is though kibble hunting, and if she feels that she can live in your head rent-free, then in her mind she has a chance. Do not give her that chance and just block her number and then delete it. And then you'll never hear from her again. Original poster, assuming she's number 2. Just mad that it got me all upset and emotional. Need to remove the kibbles. Thanks for the comment. Reader comment: no need to be mad at yourself. We all make mistakes. Just pick yourself back up and keep walking. Now you know to watch for that stumbling stone. Reader comment: she hopes for your vulnerability and stupidity, so along with the formal traditional apologies, she continues the veiled blame shifting. Stop succumbing to her manipulations and break off all contacts with her. Let her EFF with her own problems. You have to start a real decent life. Story 3. I don't know what to title this. I haven't posted here in a while, but I hope everyone is getting through it, all things considered. Apologies for such a lengthy post, but I appreciate anyone who gets through it all. Y'all have been a source of strength and comfort for me, for which I owe a debt of gratitude. It's been 9 months since D-Day 1, and I feel completely lost. 2 nights ago, my WS told me that someone at work gave her his number. She texted him over a couple of days, but told me that she cut it off too when she realized what she was doing again. I thanked her for that, because recognizing what was happening and taking steps to stop it is something worth commendable, and I mean that wholeheartedly. I'm still confused as to why she texted him in the first place. She said he gave her a piece of paper with his number on it and then left for the day. Apparently he never came back, and she found out he quit. Supposedly, she was worried he quit because of her, but I know that's not the whole truth. I saw that she had called him for a couple of minutes on the last day they were texting, so I confronted her about it. She told me she wanted to tell him in person that she was married and had to cut it off. My heart sank. This clearly isn't the whole truth either, and I asked her why he meant so much to do it in person. She said she didn't know, and I asked her to kindly try and find the words to tell me what was really going on. She shared this with me because she wants to move out and get her own place, looking for rooms to rent. She says she needs to prove to herself that she can be an independent person. She didn't say this, but I know she's been in LTR relationships her entire life, and her family past boyfriends have always infantilized her, things I've witnessed firsthand. Maybe I shouldn't, but I believe her. I know it doesn't really matter one way or the other. Whether she wants to go be independently single for a while or jump right into something new with someone else, it doesn't change my reality. I don't know where to begin. I fought so hard for her to give things a chance. We were completely honest with each other from the day we decided to try and reconcile. Things have always been amicable between us. We've been together 13 years, still live together, and still have love for each other. But I guess she's lost the passion and doesn't think she'll get it back. Part of me wonders if the shame and embarrassment of it all is making her want to cut and run. She's done this in the past with other people and isn't great at sharing emotions, even with me. She's an avoider. She bottles things up until they become too much. I know she gave it a chance, but I also know she didn't work on us or herself as much as I would have liked. She says she doesn't want to use the D word and thinks we should go through a separation period first. I told her that a separation is done with the intent of possibly trying to reconcile again. It's a step taken to get new perspective, be on your own and figure out who you are as an individual. I get all of that, and I know it can be helpful. Friends of mine have gone through this both successfully and not. I asked her to let me know if this was how she felt, and she said no. She said there would of course be the possibility that she might come out of the separation realizing she wants to be with me, but we both know the other is a likely possibility, too. I told her that if we're heading towards divorce, and that's what she ultimately wants, I can't hold on to this idea that maybe we'll be able to try again. She understood and said she doesn't want that for me either. We agreed to take the process slow, knowing where we're headed. We hugged and cried together for what seemed like hours. We ordered our favorite food and had sex. I told her she was still my best friend and that I still loved her, so I'd support her through the process. I decided independently that we should wait to finalize divorce papers as I don't want her to be without health insurance. She insisted I didn't do that, but I can't. I want her to be happy. It's killing me that I love her so much I will literally do what I can to make this easier for both of us. But I've realized that's who I am, someone who cares incredibly deeply for others. I think back to all the times I've effed up in past relationships, and how what I really needed was love and support. I don't want to be that person who just walks away and leaves when things get bad. I've started separating our finances and looked into how much it will cost to break our lease. I don't know where I'll go or what I'll do. I usually go to therapy once every 2 weeks, but I've scheduled for this week. I can feel myself spiraling often throughout the day, so I'm just trying to keep up with my anxiety, meditating, breathing exercises, getting up and moving more, trying to watch what I eat, going to bed at regular times, etc. Anything I can do to get through it, sometimes literally hour by hour. Sorry again for the lengthy post. I know a lot of people have it worse, and that isn't lost on me. I am truly sorry for the pain everyone is going through here, and I wish I could take that away. I'm sending you all as much positive energy as I can. Once she had an online affair with someone who lives in another state. She told me she ended things with him twice, but come to find out she didn't, so we technically had 3 D-days. She has since ended it with him and let me be part of the severance process. I don't have any reason to believe she still talks to this individual since I have access to her phone usage. Her cell phone usage backs this up. Reader comment, your flair says you are the cheater. I personally wouldn't dismiss the risk that she knows you have access to her phone usage and she is working around it. My experience, people in 13 years don't just separate like that, they spend some time on it. A reasonable person would take a number of steps, first one being talk to you about all the problems and seeing if it can be fixed. Second step might be counseling. Third step, separation without cheating. Problem, she started cheating. Throw all that reasonable person crap out the window. We have to revisit the reasonable person standard to the past wrongdoing standard. Honestly, you're killing me. I care so much about this, and your inability to get past obvious stuff might make my head explode. Okay, looky now what you did. There's all kinds of gray matter all over my computer now. Anybody here have any sense of humor? That's the only way I get through, sometimes. Listen, you're a good guy. You don't deserve this. None of us are perfect. I have no clue about you other than I can see you are genuine and want to love this woman, who looks like she has some integrity issues, at least of recent. She's being dishonest. She probably was honest most of your relationship. Thus, your brain is like a glass that fell and shattered in a million pieces. People don't leave 13-year relationships to be alone. I think rounded to the nearest full digit, expressed as a percent, it would round to 0. Not 1. 0. Meaning less than 0.5% of people leave a 13-year relationship like she did. Unless she is in the throes of limerence drugs. They should be illegal, in my opinion.